because I don't want to put you on the spot, and I don't think really it's fair to ask you those questions. I have a comment. You know, I belong to this feminist solidarity against EJKs. And, you know, we're studying very closely what's happening in the Supreme Court with women. If there are gender warriors in the Supreme Court, there are also gender villains. And that's a very unfortunate, you know, incident. When it is time when women should, you know, stand with women, we find women really undermining other women. To us, that is very, very sad. That's one. And you don't have to comment. Number two, what I also notice is this, and I mentioned this earlier. We're talking of, you know, judicial independence, and we hold these cards about, you know, upholding judicial independence. If it is your very own people who are really undermining judicial independence by going to Congress and telling Congress what actually should be resolved within your own branch. You know, this business about retirement benefits, about this, what is this, judicial, what is it, the JDO, is that Dissertation Office versus the RCOW? Aren't you guys supposed to just resolve it within the Supreme Court and not bring it to Congress? And then you complain of Congress, you know, Congress interfering in your own people. Your own people are eroding the independence of the judiciary and weakening separation of powers. And I said, it's my own personal opinion, it's my own analysis, but I've been, from a feminist perspective, what's happening in Congress, in Supreme Court, is truly saddening. It's very frustrating. It's very, if I may say, tragic, actually. And the casualty will be our institutions. And I hope the people who are marching in Congress and telling members of Congress this and that, nagsusumbong, no? I hope they realize what they're doing to their own institution. Thank you.
And one final.
Sorry,
this will not be about the impeachment, I promise.
Let's just ask CJ first if she gives consent. May student from... Yes.
Hello po, ako ay statement ng bayan ko from Gabriela, ngayon po kasi na ganito na po yung condition sa bayan na meron talagang malaking possibility na mag-declare ng martial law lalo sa sinasabing form ng revolutionary government. Saka po na in-extend pa nga po yung decision ng Supreme Court na yung martial law po sa Mindanao. Ano po kaya sa tingin nyo bilang kapananaw ng Chief Justice yung pwedeng magawa namin kabataan para sa mga ganitong pangyayari?
Yung kalalabas lang na aksyon ng Korte Suprema ay yung pag-affirm ng earlier decision na lumabas noong July na pwede ang martial law sa buong isla ng Mindanao. Wala naman po kami sinasabi pa tungkol sa extension after December 31, 2017. At dahil po may posibilidad nga po at mukhang pinag-uusapan ang posibilidad ng extension ng martial law, hindi ho ako pwedeng magbigay ng kahit anong opinion. Kasi in all likelihood, baka mapag-usapan po namin yun sa Korte Suprema. Ngunit ang gusto ko lang laging appeal sa mga kabataan, and I've been talking to young people, you know, there is hope in our country, young people, as long as you still believe in the fundamental dignity of the human being. You believe in what the Constitution values, which is your freedom to express yourself, your freedom to have your political views and beliefs, to safeguard those. As long as you stand up for what your conscience clarifies and dictates to you as what is correct and right, as long as you are true to yourself, there is hope. And I do not want the young people to lose hope simply because the world seems to be a confusing place. Rather, I would want the young people to remember that our great battles in this country were led by equally young heroes of past generations. Remember Bonifacio in his 20s, Emilio Jacinto, 17 to 18, when he started the triumvirate that formed the KKK. Rizal, who completed all his novels at the age of 26. Please do not ever forget that our country was shaped largely with the leadership of young blood. So it is upon the young that we pin a lot of the hopes for this nation. And please, as I requested the graduates of Bulacan State University, rise up to be better than your elders. If we had earlier frustrated you, if we had earlier shown ourselves to be less than what we should have been, forgive us, but please do a better job. So I ask all the young people to continue studying their history, forging their ideals, testing them in the fires of experience, finally shaping a worldview that will do justice to what is true, noble, just, and right, embodying the highest ideals of the Filipino nation. Lead us in that sense. Do not allow your idealism to be tamped down by the jaded, those who have given up. No one has the right to tell you to stop being idealistic. Never give up. So this is my appeal to the young people. And that is why I take special time to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you. As much as we like to entertain questions from the media, please reserve your questions to another venue since this activity is of a different objective and we would like to respect that. And of course, to close our activity this afternoon, we would like to invite all other conveners, Ms. Isabel, Ms. May Paner. At last message, CJ, para sa ating mga kababaihan ngayong hapon. And then we'll start with the photo ops.
Isa-sum up ko lang, mabuhay ang mga kababaihan, huwag niyong panghihinaan ang laki ng hamon na hinaharap ng bawat isa sa atin at ng ating buong kabayanan. Hindi malalaos ang ating puwersa hanggat tayo ay buklod-buklod at sama-samang lalaban para sa ating bayan. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat sa ating Honorable Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno at kasama natin ngayon, kasama tayo ni Chief Justice Sereno. Also like to join other women advocates na nandito ngayon and students who would like to be with our Chief Justice and to show and pledge your support to in the fight for the assertion for democratic rights as we stand with our Chief Justice and call for the recognition of our right for a democratic country. Maraming salamat sa ating Honorable Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno at kasama natin ngayon, kasama tayo ni Chief Justice Sereno. Also like to join other women advocates na nandito ngayon and students who would like to be with our Chief Justice and to show and treasure support to our in the fight for the assertion for democratic rights as we stand with our Chief Justice and call for the recognition of our right for a democratic country.